Corey Ackley, Hammerstone Performance. Should I buy a Victory? Well, before we have that discussion, what I'm going to ask you to do is please like, share, subscribe, comment on these. I'd like to get these type of videos out there to the public. Not for anything, no personal gain. I'm never going to have a monetary YouTube. This is really for our community and be able to help us learn or make informed decisions, whatever the case may be. So with that being said, outside of some questions about, hey, there's something wrong with my motorcycle, what's wrong with it? I would say the things that I see the most on social media and forums, mostly on social media, is the question, hey, I'm new to motorcycles, or I'm thinking about buying a Victory, should I buy one? And what will happen is there'll be a ton of people that will respond. And most of the responses are based on our biases. And our biases are, sort of help right or wrong how we make decisions. And since we love our victories, we want our victories to be loved by everybody. And so we sometimes project our biases onto other people. I do the same thing. But for this video, I'm going to try not to. What I'm going to try to do is provide some context to the discussion, ask some of those kind of questions that help us make informed decisions. Where do you live? What kind of ride do you do? What's your goals? What's your intended outcome? What's your financial situation? All those type of things are all factors that help make informed decisions. So that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to have a informed discussion. All right, let's move on to part two. So the question normally follows up, hey, should I buy a Victory, is to, I know they went out of business, can you still find parts for them? And the answer is yes. But what we can do here is we can actually do a little bit of a deeper analysis of what is going on. So what I mean by that is, even if you're not mechanically astute, and we'll talk more about that later, you can still do some base research, right? So if you're looking for whatever year it is, we'll just pick a 2014 Vision, right? If you're looking for a 2014 Vision, then what we can do is we can go over here, right? VictoryMotorcycles.com, parts. Okay, we're going to select our model here. We'll go 2012 Vision. We'll go with a Arlen Ness Vision, right? Those are always pretty cool. So I can go in here and I can now start looking to see what parts are available. Well, in my research, I've learned, and this is a notional research, that the Visions have a pretty elaborate wiring harness. So are the wiring harnesses available for it if I have a problem with my wiring harness? Is the wiring harness available? Okay, we'll go down here to wiring harness. And it pops up. Main wiring harness chassis, ABS, currently not available. Now, the other thing I can do here, right, is I can look at this part number right here. And now I can start referencing other year models. I can go to 2017, I can go to 2016 or 2008, 2009. I can look, and that would help me if I want to go to eBay, right? I can take that part number and I can say, hey, is that the same part number for 2008 Vision? And the reason why I say that is because if you go to eBay or somewhere to buy a main wiring harness and it says it's for a 2008 Vision, you can cross-reference the part numbers. And I'll tell you that 2008 is its own part number, 2009 is its own part number, and then I think 2010 to 2015 are the same part number, and then 2016 and 2017 are different part numbers again. But anyways, that's just a quick reference you can do. Hey man, those Nesses are nice, I like them. What about body panels? Can I find body panels for those things? Oh, right. Let's check it out. Fairing decal. Let's go to fairings. All right. Are the fairings available for that thing? 'Cause I know it's got a lot of plastic on there. Can I find what I'm looking for? All right. The front grille right hand is not available. All right, that's not a big deal. I can sort of find that stuff a little bit. The fairing front left hand is not available. The fairing front right hand is not available. The fairing front left hand is not available. But I can get the fairing right front nuclear sunset tangerine. That's available. Um, then so what this gives you an idea that hey, if I get into an accident with this vision, I'm going to have trouble finding factory painted body panels. But what you can do is you can find the body panels that are normally just in black or unpainted through Victory. And then your body shop or yourself, you buy that and then you buy the paint and now you can repair those panels. So anyway, that's just a way to do research. And so if you're looking at a particular model of Victory, you can go in here and you can start scrolling through and start getting an idea of hey, are there some availability issues or concerns that I should be made aware of? And I will tell you there are, but they're not insurmountable. They can be overcome. It's just a matter of is it easy and is it feasible? So what I said was where you live may matter. And what I mean by that is just a couple of things that you need to take also into consideration if looking to purchase anything, but we'll just stick to Victory Motorcycles right now. Is there, if I'm not able to do my own wrenching, which again is another category we'll talk about towards the end. If I'm not able to do my own wrenching, is there dealer support that can help do the maintenance and repairs if needed? Now, with that being said, Victories are very, very reliable. Outside of the early years, the 99 to 2001, 2002 era, they are extremely reliable. In the earlier models, there's plenty of videos that they're discussing transmission problems and some of the challenges with 99 and wiring and things like that. But from the 03 to 2017, these are very reliable. Things do go wrong, but by and large, are reliable motorcycles. So, anyways, back to victorymotorcycles.com. So now what I can do is I can go over here, dealers, and now I can type in a zip code and find what are called authorized Victory service centers. So these are companies that have support with Victory to provide services. So they can order parts and they can do repairs and all those kind of things. Now, with that being said, just realize also that Victory no longer has training for factory Victory motorcycle techs. So just because a company is still a Victory authorized service center doesn't always mean they have somebody that is familiar with Victories. But in this case, and also there are people, Lloyd's Garage down in Charlotte, and Lloyd's Motor Works in New York, and Victor Southern Maryland, the Custom Shop in Maryland, and Noah Martinez down in Houston, Raylan Voss out in Iowa. So there are some other people that aren't authorized Victory service centers, but still can provide great service. So what we're going to do here, we're going to transition into some pictures that I've done to give you a macro view of authorized service centers. what we've done here is I pulled up, again, off victormorsel.com, pulled up some locations that you can do some research. So go in, put your zip code or town, and you can find what dealerships are near you. And so basically what we've done here is we sort of done big chunks of geographical areas so that just gives us, this video just gives a snapshot of what is available. So in New England, along the coast, pretty good dealer support. As you get inland New York or upper Maine, not as well. And as we transition to Mid Atlantic once again has very good dealer support, and you'll see that realistically, the East Coast is very well covered. As you move further west, it's not quite as good. One of the things I want you to take in consideration, obviously, here is the perspective of a macro view is not good. And what I mean by that is when you drill down to your location and you look at Texas or the Midwest and you say, oh, yeah, they're not that far away. But actually, this could be hundreds and hundreds of miles to the next service center. So again, my recommendation would be do some research. If you have some shops that are close by and you may need some work done in the future, make a phone call, go talk to them, inquire how they support the Victory brand. Do they have service techs and such? All right, move on. The next question we should probably ask ourselves is, what kind of a riding do I expect to do? Because again, that ties into deal support, you do your own wrenching, so on and so forth. So you just got to take that in consideration. You know, are you looking for a bar hopper? Something that you hop on, you drive around locally around town, or, you know, you stay in the local area, you're not pushing big miles, so it's pretty easy. Something goes wrong, unlikely that something goes wrong, but you're close to home. So it's not that big of a deal. Or maybe you want a show bike. You know, maybe you want something that that you want to take out and polish up and clean it all up nice and go into a bike show. I don't know. Maybe you want a drag race. Maybe that's the kind of thing you're into.
There you go.
Maybe you're into touring. You want to haul a trailer and you want to go climb through the mountains and go camping, all those kind of things. Those are all things that are determine what kind of ride you do. Now, here I made a joke. Obviously, I used one of my bikes for all three of these things, just trying to make a little humor in it. But this is my $3,000 beater that runs 1160s in a quarter, and I've driven across country, and I've taken to bike shows, and I use it for a bar hopper. One of my 5 Victories that I have in the stable. All right, let's recap this. So first of all, I don't think I said it enough during the video. Victory motorcycles are phenomenal. They are very reliable, well-built, sturdy machines. With that said, things can go wrong. These bikes are getting older. As they get older, we're going to experience things that we have not experienced before. You know, wiring, dry rotting, rats, mice eating wiring, and all those types of things are all things that can impact, and those are things that are probably the last things that get reproduced. And yes, can you get a wired harness remade? You can. You're going to spend a lot of money to have one custom made. But again, that's just use that as an example. But they're phenomenal machines. So do your homework, do your research. I personally love the brand. I love the brand because, one, I can get them cheap. If you shop around, you can too. Unless you're looking for, like I said, a 2015 X1 or 2017 X1 Magnum, but everything else you can find pretty cheap if you shop around. They respond well to performance upgrades. They're easy to work on, relatively speaking. So for those things, man, I love them. I love them to death. So, but I want to close this up by saying that, again, do the research on the model you're buying. Look the bike over well. If you can't work on your own things, explore your dealer network. And all those kind of things will sort of set you up for success on making a good decision. The other thing too is with these bikes is because the parts, especially body panels, gas tanks are so expensive, these bikes get totaled out very quick because the cost to replacement fairing, to have it painted, it doesn't take much before that bike is now totaled out. So that's just another side bit, not a big deal. But anyways, enjoy them, make informed decisions, and best luck to you. God bless.